emergency. You are tuned to the emergency station.
Oh my goodness.
Always grooving out to our theme music. Thank you to my brother Peter for grooving.
I'm always doing air bass before
Are
the
you?
show starts.
I was doing the tambourine.
Every time I do the bass, every time. He's so good. Peter, you killed it on that.
Howdy, Disco Citizens. I am Julia Marchese.
And I'm Teri Gamble.
Welcome to Horror X, a collaboration between the George A. Romero Foundation and our podcast, Horror Movie Survival Guide.
Yes, Horror X explores the femmes who help make fright films fantastigorical and palavers with them about their experiences in film and horror. And today it is, so much fun. Oh my goodness.
Yes, let us welcome. We are talking to Fayna Sanchez, who is a Los Angeles-based actor, writer, filmmaker, working across all genres in TV, film, voiceover, and theater.
In television, Fayna has appeared in Hulu's Dollface. Hey, so have I. That's wild. TBS's Angie Tribeca, and as a recurring guest star on AMC Shudder's Creepshow. On stage, Fayna has performed with Center Theater Group in Los Angeles, one of my favorite theaters in LA. Shout out to Sneh Hall, the artistic director there, dear friend of mine. The theater at Boston Court, Manhattan Repertory, and the Soho Playhouse, which another theater I adore and love on the East Coast, and so many others.
And Fayna's most recent film credits include Natasha Kermani's Abraham's Boys for AMC Shudder, her starring role as Mia in House of Ashes, directed by Izzy Lee, and Tenants, a new horror anthology now available on Blu-ray and VOD.
So freaking cool. I'm so excited. And as a filmmaker, Fayna wrote and produced the award-winning short film, A Good Scream. I might also have a cameo in that. And it's currently in pre-production as the writer-director of You Won't Kill Me, a feature film adapted from her short of the same name that recently earned 2 Best Screenplay awards.
Fayna, welcome to Horror X.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me.
A dream come true, literally a year in the making to have you come and be on the show. We're so excited. You've been so busy doing all these amazing projects and so many things. Like, how very cool. So we got to start at the beginning.
How very cool to be here with the two of you. This is like such an honor, and it feels very surreal to be here because we know each other in real life. And it's very, very cool to be here, and I'm so thankful to the two of you.
Well, we couldn't be more proud. But we want to know more about you, which is why we have you here. That's really our MO.
Exactly. We want to get into the nitty-gritty and find out all that stuff, and also cheer you on and pump you up at the same time is the goal.
Ditto. Let's get into it.
Well, I did my research, looking at the things. I did not know you were born in the Canary Islands. Let's talk about that.
Yes, yeah. I was born in a little tiny island in the Canary Islands, which is right off the coast of Africa, like across from like Morocco, that are Spanish territories. So my whole family is from the Canaries, and we moved here when I was a kid to a teeny tiny little small town in Ohio, which I always found which always, it actually gave me like it feels like a really good origin story, like it feels like, like I got to do something. I got to do something with that precious life.
Yeah. 100%. That's incredible.
But your life kind of must like mentally be compartmentalized between like life before America, life after. It must have been so different.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting, I think, with like a lot of immigrants, though, is that like your home is still like your home, like the structure that you live in with your family is still kind of that world, So it's the compartmentalization of like what is like at your house and what is like the outside of it and school and all of that. So because you know when we moved here, my parents didn't speak any English. I mean, none of us spoke any English. You know, we weren't citizens. I'm still not a citizen. I'm a permanent resident. I'm legal for the time being, anyway. And
Like, La Migra, stay away. We need our friend to stay
yeah,
in
exactly.
town.
Right. So you know, I grew up very. You guys, this headphone is
Mhm.
going to be the bane of my existence during this interview. Um, yeah, like growing up, you know, my parents, yeah, immigrated their family to the States and had to just kind of like make it work. But so and because we were in such a small town that didn't have a lot of diversity, we were kind of not in a bad way, like isolated, but you know, you kind of stay with your people. So we found kind of all of the immigrants like in the neighboring communities, and that's who became kind of like our community. So so yeah, my parents, I think, were equal parts wanting to keep the culture very, very alive in our home and in our minds, while also doing the thing that I think all like is easy for all immigrants to do, which is assimilate to the culture so that you're
Mhm.
not so kind of separated from
You
it.
don't stand out, and you can also, build your career and success and whatever that looks like. I'm
Right.
curious
Right.
then, how did you or when did you fall in love with horror in the midst of like all of that? Or was that a childhood thing or did that come later?
No, I mean, I think it was definitely a childhood thing. I was thinking about this recently because I don't know. For me, it's interesting because it's not exactly like a film that I can remember that's being the thing that was like my gateway drug,
Mhm.
but it was things like unsolved mysteries and uh, Tales from the Crypt and X-Files and anything that felt very kind of dark and like I'm not supposed to watch it
Mm. Is that the
filled
draw?
me.
Is that the draw? You feel like you're
Yeah,
naughty, you're getting away with something by watching it?
exactly.
I see
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And then I think, you know, I'm not trying to make this connection, but I think I'm just having it in the moment because we were, you know, again, my dad worked at a factory. We were not wealthy, so we didn't you know go to movie stores. We went to sorry, I'm a little sick, you guys. Um,
Oh,
Well, thank
um
you for powering through
yeah.
for Horror X and George Romero.
Anything for George Romero, anything for you
honestly,
two,
that's how we
anything for
feel. We
Horror
love
X.
George
Yeah,
so much. Dear goodness.
yeah,
Me too.
yeah. So we rented movies from the library.
Oh, heck yeah.
Um, and you know, so those movies were always kind of like the B and C movies. They weren't like the blockbusters. So um like I think that that's why, like, speaking of Romero, like I think the things that I remember were they're not actually like the main films, you know. They're we're talking Creepshow.
Mhm.
We're
Yeah.
talking I was like really thinking about this, like what really were the movies from my childhood that stood out to me. It was People Under the Stairs.
Oh, interesting. Why
Um,
that one?
that's the one that was at the library. That's the one that
Yeah.
my mom rented. That's the one that I watched over and over and over again. And um, I also think that there's something to that then like spoke to how I felt as a kid and how I felt in my community and how I felt kind of again, this is all hindsight. Like as a kid, I was just like, this is so cool. But I, as an adult person and as hopefully an aware person, I and in thinking about these, you know, kind of touchstone films and content, I find it interesting that those are the movies that I kind of watched and got me into the genre.
Well, I think that is interesting because, you know, Wes Craven was also a filmmaker who very famously put in kind of social commentary into his work,
Mhm.
and People Under the Stairs is so
Mhm.
that, right? And so
Yeah.
it feels like George Romero to me in that way, where you have this, the movie's about one thing, but really it's about this
You,
other thing.
you,
Exactly.
and it sounds like you were astute. I feel like you were astute as a child, noticing things, especially if you're coming from a place that's so different and coming to some place, you're always having that lens of like looking and seeing the layers in something
I agree.
from the
Yeah.
beginning, right? And
Yeah.
so there's
Yeah.
something to be said for having that vision. And I see that in the work that you kind of have gravitated towards now as an artist. Just hearing this origin right now, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Of course you're going to be in Creepshow, the TV show. Of course you're going to end up like, you know, being in all these things later on that are like part of
Yeah.
your touchstones. That's so cool.
Yeah, you know, I think you know, I don't this is just, you know, a personal opinion, but I'm more interested in things that kind of have larger commentary or larger
Sure.
discord around that is what art is for me. And without sounding like real cheesy and whatever, I think that the genre is kind of the best way to. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about the genre is how it can just be used to have those conversations.
Mhm.
How it, you know, kind of uh, can hold so many innuendos
Mhm.
and themes and layered themes, all housed in kind of a packaged, sexy thing.
Not cheesy at
That-
all. Fina. That's I always say no, because I say I think we talk about this a lot on the show too. I feel like horror is always on the vanguard because it's usually the first genre to react to whatever's
yeah,
happening because we're
yeah,
so used. Because I was talking with a friend earlier today, I had a little lunch meeting, very Hollywood of me today, you know, but you know, pitching me a project. I was like, great, this sounds cool, the things she's talking about, but the thing about it is I was like, horror reacts the quickest because we have always been independent for the most
mhm,
part, and it's been independent cinema. So like when everything else is waiting for green lights from a big studio or something, and then that project gets distilled and watered down, and sometimes it takes years before you see the light of day on that actual project. Horror heads are like, we just shot this thing in May, it's out for Halloween. Like we just were watching VHS horror the other night, you know, we're like, they just did that in like 3 months. It's out. I'm watching the whole damn
yeah,
thing on Shudder already. Do you know what I mean? Though, but it's like it's already
yeah,
commentary and stuff happening literally right now. Do you know what I mean? Though,
yep,
like they can react so quickly because our infrastructure is already built to react to that and have
yeah,
that commentary. We also talk about society's fears right away, and in a way that I think that's really prescient, which is what I love, obviously, about George's work too, which is why we're all freaking here. But
yeah,
also, you know, I love that. I think that you're spot on in that. And it can be packaged sexy, which is
mhm,
great because that's the way people want to, you know, digest it. Like it's
mhm,
like if you make it that's kind of cool, titillating, whatever, all those things that kind of those things that happen with horror, people are more likely to see it and more excited to see it. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I got a thing snuck in that thing. Like people reacting to him recently. I was like, sorry, you got a movie with a bunch of ideas that you guys are kind of some people are freaking pissed about it, but I kind of love how pissed people are. It's like when we went to see Suspiria, Julia, the remake.
Yeah. The audience was not a happy
Oh,
audience on
they were
that.
pissed.
Feel
And Julia and I were like, the glee of
delicious.
that remake. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They
So
went
like
Well,
in.
yeah,
you,
I mean, it feels very punk rock. Like,
yeah.
that's, you know, that's another reason why I love the genre is that, you know, it's full of people who don't wait for people to give permission. Um, to your point, we react quickly, things happen fast. It's full of people that are like ready to get down, you know, like they're just
Yeah.
like ready to do whatever it takes to make something because it's full of passion. And yeah, it's my fave.
Well, so when you grow up, you fall in love with film, and you now knowing what we know of you now, you are going to grow up to be not only an incredible actress, but you also produce and you also direct and you also write and you do all this stuff. So like when you were first breaking into your love of film, was it always acting forward? That was the first kind of idea what you wanted to do?
Yeah. So first it was theater though. Like I can't.
Us too.
Yeah, exactly. Like my origin story can absolutely not have can misstep, with theater. I went to that's what I went to school for. I, was a singer. I was like kind of almost like I was like a, classically trained singer. I thought I was going to go to Broadway. Like
What?
that's what,
You
yeah,
still
that's
was.
What
You're
happened?
You're
How
an
did you
amazing
veer?
singer. What do you mean? You said was, and I was like, I've heard you on a similar soundtrack that I'm also on. I'm haunting some Halloween horror haunts with Sean Keller.
yeah,
No,
yes,
you're an
yes, yes.
incredible singer.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. But I mean, I thought I was going to be like Christine in Phantom of the Opera. Like that's, believe it or not, with this voice, I was like a first soprano, like
Wow.
operatic kind of class. Like it was wild. I was like a punk rock nerd, like musical nerd.
Yeah.
And so that's what I thought I was going to do. Went to school and quickly realized that musical theater was not for me.
What was it, the behind the scenes politics that made it that, or was there something on the front end you didn't like?
I think I just really wanted to be, I think it was the first time I didn't have a lot, I went to like public school. We didn't have like a performing arts department or anything. If we had anything, it was always just like, some moms, some moms volunteering to put on a musical or whatever. So when I went to college and started playing around with straight plays and film, my heart exploded. And I realized that while I loved music, acting really, kind of. Do you guys know that I have a teeny tiny little ears? Do you want some trivia, some Fayna lore?
Yeah.
Headphones don't like to stay in my ears.
Mine either. I don't ever use
That's
those.
why
I
we
got
overheads.
Yeah.
We understand as
that's why you're professionals and I'm an amateur. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So then I just kind of fell in love with acting, and then that was it. And then it wasn't until kind of I got to LA that I think the landscape just kind of changed. And
why did you come here?
Especially if you were a Broadway babe.
Could have been
I know
in
you
New
did
York,
stuff
right?
in New York, and you were doing
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah. I think that I wanted to try to see what it would be like out here. I've always been from the East Coast, but I think the West has always kind of called out to me. So I followed a boy out to LA.
All right.
We're still, for love. We're for love. We're still very good friends. But yeah, I think once I got to LA, I realized, oh, the landscape has changed. I think you have to kind of be an artist who does everything. And I'm someone who did that. I produced in New York. I produced in college. I don't like waiting for things. So it kind of just naturally evolved.
Oh, yeah. You don't like waiting. Got to make it happen. I'm proud of you for making it happen. So, can you tell us, I guess your pathway to you write as well too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you talk a little bit about, I guess I want to know a little more about that kind of process, or how you found out you could write? Because I feel like there's I find that journey interesting too.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can relate, but as theater kids, the writer is God.
Yeah, the
right?
playwright's the king. Yeah,
the playwright is the king. The words are everything.
Yep.
So I didn't know that I could have the audacity to call myself a writer, because I think I hold writers up with such high regard. And but I've always written. And again, not to sound dramatic, but when my father passed away, it was a really kind of life-changing experience for me. And I just kind of got to a point where I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to waste any more time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to wait for permission. I'm not going to wait for somebody to tell me that, I'm good enough or whatever. And so I wrote a good screen and kind of just decided to put it on. Jack approached me. I feel so grateful to Jack for him to introduce me to you.
What up, Jack Bennett? Shout out to
And
Jack Bennett. What's
yeah.
up?
Mhm. And yeah, so like again, not to sound dramatic, but it was truly when my dad, who was a titan in my eyes, and an artist in his own right, passed, I was like, all right, fuck it. Like I'm either gonna do this. I'm gonna like, I got one more big swing in me, and I'm gonna give it everything I've got. And if it doesn't work out, like, cool, I'm gonna go do something else because life is too short, and I can't just be in the hamster wheel anymore. I can't just
Sure.
like audition for a line in a TV show and, like I can't do that anymore. I either have to be an artist or I have to go be an artist doing something else, but I can't just like live in this loop anymore. And I was terrified. I'd never done anything like that before. And
I had no idea. You were so good.
yeah,
It was so
yeah,
fun, and you made it so fun
it
to
was
work
so
on, and,
fun.
like, yeah, it was like it was like a joyous set, and everybody was really cool, and, like, I don't know.
And
You
how did you
assembled a
feel?
Yeah,
nice team.
You did. And like, how did you
thank
feel about
you.
moving
Thank you.
between positions on that set? Because you're doing multiple roles as far as
Yeah,
producing, directing.
yeah. I think because I was just in a different headspace. I was in a headspace where I was doing it for me. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't doing it for, I had no expectations. I was doing it because I had to do something, because I had something inside me that I had to express. And so I was just having fun. We had a blast doing that. And Jack was great, and everybody was great, and everybody just showed up and collaborated, um, and it was a dream. And I think that you see that. I think you see it in the short. I think you see it. It's just a little simple thing that we did to have fun, to do what we love to do, and yeah, I'm really proud of
I
it.
think that the love on set does come through on the screen, and I think that that's one of the greatest things about cinema. When I can tell an actor's having a great time, nothing is better to watch because that's part of the kind of job. So let's go through. Like, tell me some of the stuff, other things that you did that you'd like to highlight. I mean, we're going into now. You're doing a bunch of stuff this year, and how does it feel to have that moment where you did say fuck it and go all in, and now
I'm
you're
sorry, and a
seeing the
spread in
benefits?
Fangoria. I'm wearing my Fangoria scarf right
Yeah.
now. I'm sorry, but that spread, I was like, "There's my friend." I like made me tear up, like seeing that and seeing your face. Like I was like, I don't know about you, but that hit me hard seeing that, and I was just like, "That's
Yeah.
pretty freaking cool."
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, um, I've also kind of like um accepted the fact that I don't have any chill. Like I'm not a chill person. Do you know what I mean? I like don't pretend to be cool.
We
Like
cannot relate at all.
yeah, exactly. Um
Mhm.
and so yeah, like I are you kidding me when that came out? Like again, going back to who I was.
That one's okay. It's the other one that kills us because the other one has the microphone.
Okay. Don't touch this one.
Yes.
Don't touch this one. Let me
And
just
now
fix it.
She says, touching it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Doing a little song and dance to pass
Little
the
song and
time.
dance. Yep.
are we vamping? Vamps
Yeah.
vamping.
Vance
Vampires
Vamping.
vamping. That would be a really fun musical, a little short. I love
Oh
that.
yeah.
right? Write it down. Okay, just kidding. Fam's vamping.
Why
Okay,
would this
yes.
be easy? Do you know what I mean? Nothing's
Well,
easy.
Fayna, you've chosen the path of not easy. I feel like everything you've ever shot,
Every
everything you've
time.
ever performed in has
Every
been
time.
like an insane slog. Can you tell? Yes. So tell
Yeah.
us about all the things you have coming
Yeah.
up
Okay.
that we're here to
Yes.
chat about, especially. We can go reverse. House of Ashes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so going back to a good
Mhm.
scream is what
Mhm.
got me House of Ashes.
Oh, and tell us how that
Ooh.
happened.
Yeah. So, and that to me is like the biggest kind of win. You know, it's a good scream played at Screamfest, and which is alone like
Yeah.
winning.
Incredible.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I won. Great. Like we're, you know, so that was like a little labor of love that we did, and it premiered at Screamfest. How fucking cool. Somebody who saw it, one of the producers on House of Ashes, Kevin Sluter, saw it at Screamfest and knew that Izzy was struggling to find her Mia, was struggling to find her lead. And Kevin sent a message to Izzy saying, I think you need to look at this girl, Fayna,
Wow.
from Screamfest, from seeing the thing.
That's the magic. That's the Hollywood dream, man.
That's it. That's
You made
it.
your own calling card. Like you made your
That's
own calling
it.
card and people found
Right.
you. Like the right people got connected. That I'm just like, that's incredible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's like, I think again, getting to, you know, this like punk rock thing. Like I never wanted to do like to your point, I've never wanted to do the easy way. I've never wanted to do the like I want to get tattoos and be an actor at a time when that was not happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I had piercings and that was not happening. When, you know, my college professors were saying things to me like Juliet wouldn't have tattoos on her back, you know, and I'm like,
Yep.
yep,
She would
but maybe
now.
she would now, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just kind of wanted to do it. Not even I wanted. I can't do it I can't do it another way. Do you know what I mean? I can't do it another way. So the fact that, you know, we made the short, somebody saw it, and I got a feature out of it that then led to a spread in Fangoria, you know, all of this stuff, like from this little seed, from this little tiny seed, from again, you know, from the realization of like my dad, like I can't wait anymore. I can't just let life pass me by. I have to live, if not for me, for him. And
That's the gift of
yeah,
legacy. That's the gift of
yeah,
legacy. I feel like there's something to that, you know.
yeah,
I know Julia and I, we all have strong relationships with our dads, I think, in this chat here, which is pretty cool. And I
yeah,
think they have all encouraged all of us in different ways. And I love that. And I'm so obsessed
yeah,
with the legacy that you're carrying on with his, you know, of his creative spirit, you know,
yeah,
lives with
yeah,
you. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
And
yeah.
we have seen I've seen House of Ashes. You're super incredible at it. You're on screen for almost the entire time. It's a very, very emotionally, you know, demanding role. So tell
Mhm.
us how that was.
Yeah, well, you know, I think that I feel very lucky because I feel like, again, it was for me. Um, I wanted so badly to prove this to myself, you know, prove that I could do this to me, for me, not for, you know, distributors or whatever. It was truly a battle against myself and against kind of my own insecurities, and so that was like fueling me. It
I
was like,
remember seeing you in the middle of that. We saw you at the
yeah,
Rated R Speakeasy. I think you were in the middle of filming and you still made it
yeah,
out. And I just remember you being in the thick of it. To see you from then to now, this is like a whole nother you. I see you like I'm
Yeah.
seeing you in the middle of the fire to seeing you after the fire. It's like you're a whole nother person now.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Cherry.
What's your big takeaway from doing that work, or what did you take forth after that was done? Because seeing you in the middle is different than seeing you now.
Yeah. Trust, so much of what we do, I feel like, is taking a leap, taking a leap into the unknown. You prep, you have conversations, you do all this stuff, but then at the end of the day, everyone just kind of has to like dive into this thing and commit and trust one another. And that I don't know that you learn that until you're on like in it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no kind of way to train. There's no book I feel like you can read to learn that lesson. That's just kind of jumping in the fire and seeing what happens on coming out the other side of it. And I just feel so grateful for the experience because not only am I like wildly proud of the film, but it was like going to grad school. It was like going to film grad school because it's been a 2-year long process.
Yeah.
We filmed in January of 24, like, right?
Look at me
Yeah,
not doing
like
math. I'm so bad
yeah,
at
I
it.
don't know. But it's like 2 years. So it's been
Yeah.
pretty quick, but when in the grand scheme of like you're committed to something for 2 years. So yeah, it just feels like I learned more in that experience, from prep into shooting, into trusting, into, festivals,
What was
into
prepping for that
distribution.
like? What were you doing, like table work stuff, or were you doing like what kind of work were you doing? Were you doing physical stuff to get ready to do the things you needed to do? Like what were you doing for your
Oh,
prep?
yeah. I'm a pretty physical actress, so like I have to kind of connect body stuff to the character. It's also music is really big for me, so I always make a Mia or I always make a character playlist
Mhm.
that I can listen to daily. And then it was just creating like a huge backstory so that no matter what, I was like foolproof, because we were going to be shooting out of order. We were going to be moving very, very fast. So I wanted to kind of come with an arsenal. And so, yeah, Izzy and I talked a lot in prep. And then I kind of created this huge Bible for myself that had every person I talk to, every person I talk about, people I don't even talk about, like history, all
Oh,
of
you
that
went
stuff.
in.
And
How
then,
long did
Doing
it
the
take you to
work.
prep? How long did it take you to do that?
well, casting happens really late most of the time.
Yeah.
So I only had a month
Oh,
to
wow.
prep. But luckily it was like during the holidays. So I called my family and said, sorry, I'm not coming home for Christmas because I have to read the script 85 times. And luckily they were really supportive of that. And I just sat in my room with my door locked and like, like a spreadsheet of character study. And then we did it.
It's
That's so cool.
incredible.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can't wait for the whole world to see you in it because you are so incredible. But you have so many other projects that are going on. So tell us what you want to talk about.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think something that's like kind of completely different is Abraham's Boys. I got to do that right after House of Ashes, and that was a real joy. Natasha Kermani is such a dream to work with, and everybody on that shoot was just felt very like very honored to be a part of that because they were, I mean, just rock stars, and everyone welcomed me, and it was great. So I feel like everybody should see that. That's available on streaming. And then I think the next thing that's really exciting that's coming is another film that should be coming out early next year. It's a public domain movie. It's the first, it's the
Ooh.
first. I hope this is still true, but it's the first crossover. So it's Mickey versus Winnie.
Nice.
Oh, we're getting our Alien versus Predator verse already happening now.
Who's
Yeah,
gonna win?
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Who
I
knows?
put my money on
Who
either one, but
knows?
like, if there's honey involved, it's gonna be, who's gonna win.
Yeah,
That's so funny. That's so great.
yeah,
Oh my God. So you got to work with
yeah,
that incredible team who didn't they just win
yeah.
some Fangoria Chainsaw Awards as well too?
No, it's a different. This is a
Nominated?
different group. This is a
Okay,
different group. Yeah, different group.
Another, of course,
Yeah,
because it's public domain now. So everyone's having
yeah.
at it. Okay,
Everybody's doing everything. Yeah, but
even
this
better.
one, I'm super excited for. It was like my very first like summer camp experience on a set.
Aw.
Yeah, it was really, really amazing. The actors are incredible. The director, Glenn Douglas Packard, he is a legit horror obsessed horror fan. So he was great to work with. Everybody was awesome. The cinematographer, his name's Andy Patch. He has done a lot of really great films in the genre and in the community in LA. So I'm really, really excited for that to come out, and I think a teaser is going to be coming out soon.
So cool.
Honey. We love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm very excited to see that. I'm curious to see what you're doing in it too. I know you can't talk much more, but I'm very curious to see like what character you're playing. And like I'm already now I'm just speculating and I'm making up stuff in my mind and I can't wait to see it. So very cool.
yeah. I can't say anything, but
Yeah.
it's going to be a hard watch.
Oh my God. Okay, great. Okay, great.
Excellent.
Okay, great. Now my brain's even doing more because like you die really well on screen too. So I will say
Thanks.
like you're very good at
Thank you.
being murdered in movies, and I love
Thanks.
that. Even though I love seeing you
Thanks.
alive in real life, but like I love seeing you die. You're really good. We're obsessed with our queens that are good at dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's a visceral, kind of cathartic thing. Whenever you get to do it, sometimes I forget that it's not easy for people to watch. Like speaking of Abraham's Boys, there were a lot of people that really didn't like seeing my decapitated head.
Mm-hmm.
Where
is that head now?
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with your beautiful face, no matter how I can see it.
Thank you. That is sitting at the effects house. Patrick McGee, the rock stars there that made that head.
So did you have to do the full? Tell us about that.
Oh man. Okay, so as we do, we have to put ourselves in like pretty hard places when we're shooting, and I was really nervous about it because I don't do well when people cover my mouth, and I was really nervous about it. I like really kind of meditated and thought about it. And then on the day, it was fine. It was fine. Excellent. It was almost like a spa. It's like very warm. Like they do it in layers. So like it just gets like kind of darker and quieter, and it's like warm, and there's like a little bit of weight, and it's fun. They were playing music. The artists that work at that studio also just like were the loveliest ever. Natasha was there, which she didn't have to be, but she's a rock star, so she was there. Tim, who's also a rock star, the producer, he was there. Everybody had my back. I was so taken care of. It was so wonderful. It was like not that bad.
Okay, spa day now.
Yeah, because like imagine like when we're running and dying and being covered in blood and you're acting, you're hyperventilating, you're like being strangled, you're acting, you're doing all this stuff. There I was just like listening to a great playlist and having warm cream put on my face. Like there are worse things that we do
Yeah.
on a daily basis.
I
Okay,
mean,
this makes me
the three of us are ready anytime, right? Like
We-
that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
we love that, but I'm like so okay. I'm like floored now because I'm like okay, because that's my biggest fear. I have not had my head done a head cast yet ever.
Yeah.
Now I'm more open
Ooh,
to
well,
it.
we
Hearing
gotta
Fayna talk about it. I know, right?
Figure out a
Yeah.
way, right?
we
Figure out
gotta
a way to get
yeah,
all our little
we
heads
gotta change
decapitated.
that. Yeah.
But like because
Mhm.
I talked with V Nixie, who's an amazing does all the prosthetic stuff, amazing actor who is I got to co-star with in Grind coming up this next year, and like
Yes.
I like
Yes.
literally chatted with them while they were like in full like just monster face, and I was like how. And they're so like zen, and I was like that's why how it's like they're the most zened out person, and like they just like keep everything just very like I was like you just meditate all day, don't you? And they're like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's what
Yeah.
you got to do. So you got to tap into
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
more power to all my
Well,
people who get that, who do that and do that work. And like now I'm
do
inspired
you feel
by
that
this
way when
raw
you get
idea.
tattoos? Do you
Yeah,
feel that way
I
when you get
do.
tattoos?
I do zen
I
out
think
when I
that's
get a
it. I think it's
tattoo.
in that world, right? I think it's in
Yeah,
that like this is uncomfortable, but if I breathe through it,
I'll be
I
okay.
know it's gonna be fucking rad at the end.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
all I just kept. That's what I kept thinking about was
yeah.
like, because I had to keep my head back and my mouth open. So
Okay.
I had a piece of foam in my mouth, and then they poured the stuff all over. I had
Wow.
to keep my mouth open. So you can't swallow when your mouth is
Just like being
open.
at the dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would kill me. Okay.
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah.
figure it out.
But I
I would
just
figure it out. If
kept
anyone wants to get
yeah,
my head
you
in the
would.
cast, I'll figure it out for you.
And yeah, you would be great and like you could do it in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah. And then now like I have this great fake head that's, hanging around
So
Hollywood.
cool.
Ready to
And
be
they can,
used. Ready to be
and they
used.
can
Yeah.
rake as many as they
Yeah.
wanted. So that's pretty great.
Right.
So,
Right.
question I have for you: what do you love about the horror community?
Oh my gosh, like what we're doing right now.
Mhm.
This community is so like supportive and uplifting and inspiring and it's just like a little family, you know? I feel like um, you know, people from back home or whatever are like, I can't believe that you live in LA. Like, how do you live in LA? And it's and I'm like, because I am surrounded by people who have got my back, and I
Mhm.
have their back. And I don't know if that's the same in every other community, but I feel it so massively in ours,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel taken
Yeah.
care of, and I feel like I take care, you know what I mean? Like it's
It's a
not
mutual aid
transactional,
society. Yeah.
it's
Mutual
mutual
aid.
aid. That's exactly what it
Because
is.
people will
Yeah.
show up, like you're like, I'm filming this thing this weekend, and like people will show up. You're like a person who's like crazy director will be like your PA. Do you know what I mean? They're like, you're just like,
Right.
and people will just show up and help each other out. I think it's the coolest thing. So
Right.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. Me too.
Can we ask you for the scariest movie you have ever seen?
Yeah. What scares
Ooh,
you?
the scariest movie that I've ever
It's not always the
seen.
best movie you've seen as far as horror, but the one that scares you the
I
most. Because
know.
those are
Yeah.
often different.
Such a good question. I don't know that anyone's ever asked me that question.
Oh,
Like
I love that.
they'll ask like what your favorite is
Hmm.
but the scariest.
Yeah. What's
This
the
These
one
is
that
a
lives
tough
with
headphones.
one.
you?
That's the
What's the
Yeah.
one that the
scariest. That's
headphones
the
are pretty
scariest.
pretty scary. Which one like lives with you? Like that scary movie that lives with you or scenes or whatever.
You know, Texas Chainsaw is still a movie I struggle to watch.
Oh,
It's my
okay.
scariest, so I'm on board with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
When
Don't,
I
Terry. Don't.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word. Charity knows. She gotta know. She gotta know that I think it's camp and I love
that
that
you've
fucking
never
movie.
that
I think it's a drag queen movie.
see
It's a camp movie to me. I think it's so funny. And me and Michael Verratti, like sit and like talk about it like that because he's like I get it, Terry, I'm with you. I was like, okay, thank God I'm not
No,
alone. Like
I
he and
don't.
I
It's
both
not
think
funny at
like,
all.
I
It's
think it's
terrifying.
hilarious.
I don't understand.
I can never make it through the old man in the wheelchair. Like I can't ever
Okay.
make it through.
Yeah.
It's so scary to me.
Mhm.
That is so scary to me. Yeah, so that one's the one that sticks out. I don't want to watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's just
that's
it's so well done, but it feels too real and too brutal and
feels
just,
too real. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that drag queen. He's so cute.
She's like, oh, Leatherface is putting on his makeup
puts
mask
on
for
another
dinner.
face for the day for dinner. I mean, you got your dinner mask, you got your day mask. Like it's like it like literally cracks me up. I'm so sorry, I'm so broken. Okay, I just saw it too late. Maybe you guys maybe saw it earlier in your lives, and I just saw it and I was like, this is Dragula, this is drag superstar, and I love him. What a cutie Leatherface is. Okay, anyway,
I love it.
with his
I
little
love it.
apron and his little family dinner, and they're all a little bunch of old queens, especially the old man. The old man is the oldest queen. If you think about it that way, find out and watch it with me, maybe. Okay, no. Ines
I
says
don't
no.
get it.
Ines says no.
I can't.
Okay,
No,
so
no, I can't. Yeah, I
okay,
can't.
with that, we'll set that aside, and then I'll let you two be scared in the corner. I love you both. Enjoy your scary
Mhm.
movie, and I will
Thank
enjoy
you.
my campy movie, and we'll enjoy the same
Yeah.
movie, and it'll be great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is your like if you have a recommendation for movies, like what do you like if someone's like new to the genre, they're like, I don't really like horror or whatever it is that comes up to you, what movie would you give them? What do you recommend to folks who want to get into it?
That again, these are very tough questions because
Mhm.
like, what are we talking about? Are we
That's what
talking
we're
about,
here.
like,
Well, yeah, we can get into it. You can ask us the clarifying
yeah,
questions if that helps you get to the what you
yeah,
need. I always do
yeah.
that.
It's
I'm like,
like,
what are you into normally? What do you want? Like, who is this for? This is for a
right,
friend
right.
who normally watches like Real Housewives, has like is excited that you're in a movie and wants to kind of get into horror, but like you want to like get them into it, but you don't want to scare them away from the genre. What movie would you give to them? I'll give that caveat. You can ask me any other
Death,
clarifying questions as
death
well.
becomes her. Death
Oh,
Yes,
becomes
fun
her.
one.
great. We
Yeah,
haven't covered
because
that. We haven't
that
covered
like,
something as campy as that. I love that freaking movie.
oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's one
Mhm.
of my favorites. It feels very accessible. It's got the trifecta of actor, like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Um, Arguably Bruce Willis's best comedic role ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't do the smirk like once. It's amazing.
It's
He doesn't have
amazing.
to because he's in character.
Yeah. I like it when he's not doing that.
He's so good in that movie. But so yeah, like again, that goes back to this like the library category, like the renting movies
Oh,
from the
yeah.
library. Those were the movies that I watched. It was like um Death Becomes Her. I know this isn't like genre, well, I don't know. Earth Girls Are Easy. Like those
Oh,
kind
yeah.
that like
Sci-fi.
those
Yeah.
level
Mhm.
yeah of movies from the 90s.
And Julie Brown, former
But
guest of
then
Horror Movie Survival Guide.
Mhm.
We love her. She's so good in
Mhm.
that.
yes. Yes. So if I was like then so in that same vein, I would say movies like Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's like to me, that's like horror 101 film.
Yeah.
That's like fun, it's
You
literally
get the
cabin in the
horror
woods.
and you
You
get the
like you get the
comedy and the
comedy,
And you get that
all of that.
handsome ass Bruce
Bruce
Campbell, like
Campbell, yum.
young.
Dreamy.
He's still hot, but anyway, he could still get it for
Yeah.
sure. Like, but like so handsome in that movie.
And it's like shot incredibly well and like
Yeah. And that
I'm
thing
a
we
big
talked about
Evil Dead
earlier,
fan.
where they had fun. You were talking about them
Yeah.
when you see people having fun, you're like, they're clearly having a good time. And he was like, Bruce, I dare you to do this. And he's like, okay, I go for
Right.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I think the scariest movies when I was a kid, which going back to like very first question, like of like if I had to pick a franchise or a film or whatever, were the Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy is my favorite slasher.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why
He
we
was
have Horror Movie
that
Survival
was
Guide.
Yeah, it came from Nancy saying,
Yeah.
"I'm
Oh
into
yeah.
survival." So
Yeah.
we are into survival, and that is
Literally
where
how
it
the name
comes
of the
from.
show came is because of
I
that. And our
love
first
that
episode
so
of Horror Movie
much.
Survival Guide is Nightmare on Elm Street. So
Yeah,
we get
because
it.
we wanted, like,
Amazing. Yeah.
Nancy's so good at like trying to make sure she survives and like setting everything herself. And we're like, okay, this is how we were like, if we can learn, if we watch enough horror movies, we'll learn how to survive, and that benefits everybody.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he was terrifying. He was terrifying. And I think it goes back to Texas Chainsaw,
Mhm.
when things are real.
Mm-hmm.
When I know that Freddy's not real, but he is, like, he's based on a real person that was fucked up. The Texas Chainsaw, these are real
Yeah.
people. Like, I think that that's what really scares me. Like, I'm like everybody else. Like, I don't love the dark. I don't like the idea of that stuff, but it's like the real crazies that
Right.
that get me every time.
Yeah, totally. Are you looking to get back in the director's chair anytime soon?
Yes.
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 Ooh.
So I wrote a short, You Won't Kill Me, and was really, really excited about it, submitted it to some festivals. It won a couple of awards. But I think, again, in this kind of mindset that I'm in, I don't want to make another short. I think I just want to make the feature.
Make the feature.
So
Yep.
I'm because at the end of the day, like, we all know, like, making a short is so much work.
It's almost
Um,
just as much work, I dare say, as doing a feature. You still have to do the same amount of planning. You still got to hire the people. Sometimes it feels like the same amount of days. Like, it's like, if I did this for 10 more days, that would be a feature. Like, it's like,
yeah.
depending on what you're
And then
doing. Yeah.
and it's like still like a 2 year long like
Mm-hmm.
process,
And you're doing the
So
festivals and submitting and all the stuff. Yeah.
I've decided I'm just going to do the feature. So
Woo!
I'm currently finishing up the script. I'm assembling the team.
Yes.
And I'm gonna direct it, and we'll
You're gonna
see what
kill it.
happens.
It's going to be amazing. I'm
Thank
so happy to
you.
hear
Thank
that. That
you.
really makes me happy. We're cheering
Thank
you
you.
on always, but you're like, okay, just go get it. Anything you
Thank
need. And
you.
that's what you
Thank
talk about
you.
with the horror community, right? We're like, we're
Yeah.
here if you need us. Anything you want, you got it.
Well,
We also just
and that's
selfishly want more good stuff to watch, and like knowing our friends are making things that helps.
right. And I mean, gosh, it goes both ways, like, I get filled up by the audacity that you guys give. Like who I don't think I should be here. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I should be on this podcast. Like, who the fuck am I? But you
You're fucking
guys are giving
amazing.
me, but like, do you know what I mean? But that's what you give me. You give me the confidence and the audacity to do what I want to do, to do what I love to do. And I don't know, I'm so grateful for it.
Hand to
So yeah,
heart.
I'm just gonna do it.
Hand to heart.
Yeah, I'm
You're a
just gonna do
Fangoria
it.
beautiful.
centerfold, and you are a star, and you're a legend, and an icon, and should know that. And so we're very proud of you. We're very excited for all these things that have been coming your way. It's been really an honor and a joy to like get to like witness that as well too, because I've seen all the work, like you talked about, all that work that goes on for a couple years before a thing comes out, and we're waiting, and we're all excited, and like, it's cool to see the fruits of your labor finally consumed by the masses. So we could not be
Thank
more
you.
excited for you for that. So we have to ask our big question. We're here to that point of the show. Can you believe it? It already happened, Fayna. We already did the last question.
Oh
Well,
my
really
gosh.
second to last before you plug. But the last one is, how has George A. Romero made an impact on your life? I know you talked a little bit about it at the top, but I think, you can give
Yeah.
us our
Yeah.
final answer here.
Again, like, without movies like this, without movies like Creepshow, Night of the Living Dead, like, again, these movies that I can visualize the VHSs in my mind, no matter where, like, what and where they are, because that was my childhood. Do you know what I mean? Like those are like the happiest memories of my childhood too, if I you know can say so. Like without those, I don't know where I would be. I really don't know where I would be. Again, I was this kind of weird kid growing up in a place that I didn't fit in, that people didn't want me in, frankly. And so anything that was weird, anything that was dark, anything that like felt rebellious, anything that felt against the grain, anything that felt strange and unusual felt safe and felt validating and felt good to me. So it's just gonna be the comedy. Like maybe we can make it fit in. We make it a drinking game. We make it a drinking game.
You don't fit in, and then the ear thing said, "No, you don't fit. You don't fit this ear thing."
Bitch, you never fit in. Yeah.
But that's why you've made your own way, and why I think that's like why so many of us weirdos have made horror. Do you know what I mean? Though, because we want to make a space for ourselves, and we've made our own communities and created space. And I'm so proud of you for making the space that you needed to make. Can you tell the people where to watch your films and plug your stuff, and where they can find you if you want them to find you?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm on Instagram, Fayna Bobina. That's basically where I am. I try not to be anywhere else on social media because I don't have the time. But A Good Scream is on Screamfest's YouTube channel. That's like really proud one. It's a short one you can watch. And Teri is in it. So that's like our origin story together. Yes. Our origin story.
Yes.
So I always plug that one. Tenants, drinking game. Take another shot. Tenants is on VOD and Blu-ray. Abraham's Boys is on VOD. I don't know when that's going to come to Shudder. I think it should come to Shudder, but it's on like Amazon and all the platforms. And then the biggest one, House of Ashes, is finally being released today.
Yeah,
the 30th.
Yeah,
today.
Happening right now.
It's coming out.
It's today. You can, so people can literally like finish this right now and just go watch it. So I would recommend you just do that. Now that you're done watching us, like in a couple seconds after we do our final plugs,
perfect,
and we wave goodbye, you just put it on.
Yeah. Crazy. Full circle. 2 years of work is out today. Yeah. So please watch it and give us good reviews and 5 stars and all the things, because making movies is a miracle.
Sure
is. It truly is. Oh my gosh. And you're a miracle. Thank you so much for joining us and fighting through your
are miracles
today.
I know.
We're so proud of having you. You've been incredible. Thank you for joining us. Folks out there, you can listen to our podcast today, our podcast Horror Movie Survival Guide, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also watch it on YouTube here. If you're watching this on YouTube, just pop over to our channel, subscribe, like, follow, and you can catch up on our episodes there. You can also hear, we take deep dives every week into different horror movies. You can hear me talk about how I think things are camp and Julia thinks they're scary, and it'll be great. Like, it happens all the time. And you can also catch Julia on a couple other shows as well.
Yes, you can catch my podcast. I'm on a podcast called The Losers Club, all about Stephen King, and also another podcast all about Alejandro Jodorowsky. That is called Jodorowsky, and we lots of fun. So
I love that show so much. I'm so obsessed with the name. It's still the best name for a podcast of all time, and Jodorowsky's one of the coolest people on the planet. You can also check out, obviously, the George A. Romero Foundation, the reason we're here, which is dedicated to restoring Romero's work, including seldom seen pieces from early in his career, like the amusement park, as well as keeping an archive and helping the next generation of young filmmakers, like my dear friend Julia. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please do feel free to reach out to Julia or myself online. We love to interact with you on the interwebs. We are and, way more online. Yeah.
Teri was alluding to I Know What You Need, which is the Stephen King Dollar Baby. I got to make that George A. Romero Foundation helped happen. So thank you to them for that. You can, if you want to see it, you can talk to me about that. And we will see you next time for Horror
Player.
Horror Player. Woo woo. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping your days and nights are fantastic oracle.
Woo, yeah. Woo. And happy Halloween, everybody. Oh my
Happy
gosh.
Halloween.
Oh yeah, happy
It's happening right now.
Halloween.
I
Thank you
forgot, like,
so
in the
yeah.
midst of
What a
spooky season, we're always talking about spooky theme, but it's like literally Halloween right now. Like it's Halloween Eve right now.
yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Halloween Eve. What a dream.
Let's
What a
go
dream.
to the
Yes.
zoo so
You
we can
both
go
are a
change and
Halloween
go
treat.
out. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No tricks, all
yeah.
treats. All right.